All right, MMA fans, Biaggio Ali Walsh is back. Biaggio, welcome back on Sherdog. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. And thanks for asking. I saw that you were at the Sick New World this year. Uh, how was it?
Oh, it's awesome.
Do you like new metal?
I love new metal.
And
My mom introduced me to metal when I was a little kid. I was about 7 years old, and
oh, nice.
it was the song "Coming Undone" by Korn, and I became a fan instantly.
Oh, nice, nice. I'm not familiar with this year's lineup. Who was there at Sick New World this year?
Um, the headliners was System of a Down,
Oh, nice.
Korn, and Deftones. Those were the big three. But I also saw other bands like Cold Chamber, an upcoming band called Spirit Box. They were awesome. And yeah, there was some other older bands there too, but it was an awesome festival. It was just really hot. That's all.
I can guess that. I can't recall right now, so I can't tell you up the top of my head. What's your walkout song?
For this fight,
No, in general, do you like to walk out to new metal, or is there something in particular that motivates you before a fight?
um, this fight, no, I haven't walked out to a metal song yet, but I always like to pick a song that kind of has the title of the song is what I want to do. So yeah, this next walkout song is actually "Do Your Thing" by Isaac Hayes. It's a great song, and I'm gonna go out there and do my thing. So that's my walkout song for this one.
Oh, nice, nice. That's a very nice choice. Of course, you're preparing for Travell Miller on June 16th. But, is there anything different during this training camp? I recall that last time when we spoke, you told me that perhaps you're going to focus more on wrestling or, depending on how things are going to play out.
Yeah, anything can happen in a fight. Um, but yeah, every camp I'm wrestling and grappling most of the time. And that's what I'm doing this camp, is more wrestling, more grappling. Um, I did that in my camp before my PFL debut last November, only wrestling, only grappling. I did in my camp for this last fight, only wrestling and grappling. Um, I did in the camp for this fight, only wrestling and grappling. And people say I have zero wrestling and grappling. So we'll see come June 16th.
You're still training at Xtreme Couture, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, how do you comment the fact that the PFL has recently signed Francis Ngannou, who is also training at Xtreme Couture, if I'm not wrong here?
Yeah. I think it's a great move by the PFL. The PFL is very smart. They know what they're doing. They know that Francis holds a huge name. Um, they know he's got star power and he brings a lot of attraction. Um, and they cut him a really, really good deal too. He's in a position where he can help inspire a bunch of fighters from where he's from and from all over the world. So Francis is smart, PFL is smart, and when I saw him, I congratulated him.
What did you answer?
He said, "Thank you."
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, it was just a question, like whatever. And
I
he's
wanted to say, hey, like I'm in the PFL too, like we can relate a little bit, but I don't know. It was Francis. I got a little bit nervous.
oh, okay, I see what you mean. Um, his deal contemplates that he could box if he wants to. How do you see Ngannou in a boxing fight?
I think he could do well. Who's he boxing though? That's the question. If we're talking a guy like Tommy Fury, who's an amazing boxer, you never know what could happen in a fight like that. Because Francis holds the power. All it takes from Francis is just one punch knockout power. and Tyson Fury is a world-class boxer. So again, anything can happen in a fight. If they were to fight, in boxing, I would get Fury, and in MMA, I would get Francis, of course. So yeah.
And what about you? Would you like to compete on the scored circle sooner or later?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Would you like to compete in boxing, in a boxing fight sooner or later? You yourself.
I would say later, if anything. Right now, I'm trying to establish myself as a mixed martial artist, and I'm gonna. Right now is my MMA run. Maybe I do an exhibition in boxing when I'm done or something. Who knows? Opportunities come and go as time goes as well. So anything can happen. But right now, I'm a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, I'm asking mainly because it seems that PFL is allowing its fighters, or part of his fighters of its roster, to compete both in MMA and in boxing. And I was curious to know if
Mhm.
boxing was something that would stimulate you.
Yeah. Even if the opportunity came, I
Mhm.
still would want to stay to MMA. MMA is my first love.
Wait, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. To be honest, I was expecting you to call out Jake Paul, because usually when I ask this question to PFL fighters, all they want to do is fight Jake Paul. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Me and Jake Paul are in completely different weight classes. I think I heard something about him after my last fight. If he called me or my brother out, I don't know what the deal was, but we're in completely different weight classes. If we ever fought, I would have to go up to 85. And I heard it was hard for him to cut down to 85 because, he's a bigger guy. He walks around at 200 plus pounds or something like that. And I walk around 176. So I would have to go up in weight if we ever fought. And I don't think that would be good in my favor because I think I'd be a little bit slower and um I don't just box, I'm a mixed martial artist as well. So, but yeah, when it comes to Jake Paul, it kind of just goes over my head.
but are you watching boxing from time to time? Are you still following
Yeah,
the
of
sport,
course.
or I would
Of
like
course.
to hear your opinion if you watched that fight on the recent fight between Lomachenko and Haney.
Yeah. So I actually had to work that night, unfortunately, right after my brother had fought, which I don't agree with his decision. Um, After my brother fought, I had to go to work. So I was only able to stay for the Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight for only 2 rounds, the first 2 rounds. And then I had to go to work, and I kept texting my dad for updates because I couldn't watch the fight. Um, I'd have to rewatch the fight again, but I think from what I've seen, just kind of watching, I didn't watch the whole fight, but I got to rewatch the fight again. My brother uh, and I were talking about it, and I think it was a very controversial opinion, but what I'm hearing is that Lomachenko won it. So I'd have to rewatch the fight again and watch. It's hard to tell.
No, that's fair enough. No worries. What do you do for work?
I work part-time security at one of the nightclubs out here.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're not yet full time an MMA fighter.
I mean, it's all usually fighters always have some kind of like side job if they're not making as much money as they want. And I'm not a super rich MMA fighter. I'm only 24 years old. I'm an amateur, not even pro yet. I don't have a purse yet. So, I feel like having a side job or a part-time job would help me a lot financially. I think once I go pro, I might not really need it anymore. But yeah,
Do you deal with crazy situations often in your job?
every single night I work, there's always something crazy that happens.
May I ask you one of the ones that comes the top of your head about one of the crazy situations you ever witnessed?
Um, There's one night where this guy was so drunk, he was standing on the table and he fell backwards and a bottle went like up his ass.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, like a big Grey Goose bottle went just right up there. And it like it ripped through his pants. It went in his butt. And that, to me, I don't think you can top that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He had to
It,
go to the hospital.
I bet he had to. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy.
People,
Well,
they can't handle Vegas, and they can't handle alcohol, and they can't handle the mixture of both of that. So there's always something crazy. There was something crazy last night.
I never been to Vegas. Is Vegas as crazy as it sounds?
If not worse. Um I'm not trying to make you not want to come here. But the strip is nuts, but 20 minutes like outside of the strip, the neighborhoods outside just in the Vegas community are so beautiful, so peaceful, calm, quiet, good people. Um yeah, I think the strip's just overrated. You know, when you think of Las Vegas, you think of the strip, but when I think of Las Vegas, I think of Summerlin, I think of Green Valley Ranch. You know, these are areas that are just super nice that are outside of the strip.
I will have to come and visit. And at any rate, sooner or later, I have to visit Vegas, the strip, and of course, outside the strip, since it feels like the authentic life is outside that part,
Exactly.
of
I'll give you a tour. I'll be your tour guide.
oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Biagio, I finished my questions. Do you have any last messages?
Tune in June 16th. Smash. It's smash time.
Thank you very much. Best of luck with the upcoming fight. Hopefully, I'll hear again from you in the future.
Thank you, brother.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.